Shalom, Yashrala. This your brother Dawada, coming back at you with sincere truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honor to the apostles and elders of great millstone that taught us this truth and every will. And salutation, much love for you, Akim, pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I'm going to jump into this here article real quick, which is the prophecy speaking loud and clear. All right. It says Victoria. Funny that they use, this is the same. This is a place which we use this here name as well too. But Victoria, Australia will lock out the unparticipant people from its economy. All right, the Australian state of Victoria will lock out the un-Victorians people from participating in the economy. Premier Dan Andrews has announced. Victoria is currently under draconian lockdown restrictions. All right. Which we've been telling you about, these draconian laws they're coming down with, speaking as a dragon. All right. Well, residents of Melbourne, who make up the vast majority of the state's population, living under a 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfew, forbidding from leaving their homes except to work, buy groceries, or get the Vicky. When the lockdown is lifted, Premier Dan Andrews said on Sunday, future restrictions will apply only to those who are participants or are not, not supportive of this, right? It says there's going to be a jabbed economy, and you get to participate in that if you're participating, all right? Obviously, you can read the screen. You can see what's going on. We have to, Andrew stated, we're going to move to a situation where, to protect the health system, we're going to lock out people who are not participating with Vicky and can be. All right. So, as we've been telling you all along, well, not just we, the scriptures have been telling you all along, all right, he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. And as you start seeing these little spurts here and there, all right, starting to implement this, just know this is going to go worldwide. All right. And, they may try to cite us with medical misinformation, but it's right here in the news, man. All right. Again, we've been telling you these things was going to happen before they came to pass. And now the prophecies are speaking loud and clear, and you're seeing these same stories on the headline news, all right? It says, if you're making a choice not to get Vicky, then you're making the wrong choice, he added, all right? They say, well, you have a choice, but really, do you have a choice, all right? Andrews did not say what kind of services and venues the un-Vicky people will be locked out of, but he said that once Victoria reopens, it's not going to be safe for people who are not jabbed to be roaming around the place spreading the virus. Despite Andrews' plan to beat the pandemic by segregating the jabbed and the unjabbed, current research holds that these people can still catch the situation and spread it to others, and case counts are rising while hospitalizations and deaths are still prevalent in even most of widely jab countries worldwide are prevalent, Salat. Though the jabs can reduce the risk of serious symptoms and death, their efficiency at that falls with time too, all right, or efficacy, I guess they were supposed to say. But nevertheless, we've been telling you about these things as well too, and then you wonder why people are a little hesitant about these things. They're telling you with their own information that these things aren't really necessarily preventing, to spread the outbreak or people getting sick off of these things, all right? It says Andrews proposed a jab economy triggered outrage online, with critics describing the plan as psychopathic. Andrews as a dictator and urging Aussies do not comply with the rules, all right? But as you see, this is what they're implementing, all right? Let's jump down. It says Andrews also revealed that a passport scheme will be plotted in regional Victoria in the coming weeks, with proof of the Vicky required to enter pubs and restaurants. All right, and so as you can see, they're setting up for that real world tracking device. That MOTB. All right, so this isn't far fetched. You see, it's all forming up and coming into play. All right. It says Republicans are reportedly on board with the idea, with one telling ABC Australia that whilst we certainly do not like the idea of turning anyone away, we need to do whatever it takes to ensure the survival of our business. The Australian government agreed earlier this summer to study the rollout of a passport scheme in Victoria, while the view of implementing it nationwide. So like I said, you know, it's starting here in little small areas here and there, but then it's just going to grow and expand everywhere else. All right, just like in New York, you basically have to, show proof before you go into these establishments. All right, they're going to basically cause this to go worldwide. All right, the Australian government agreed earlier this summer to study the rollout of a passport scheme in Victoria with a view of implementing it nationwide. Andrews is not the only Australian premier to subject his people to grueling lockdowns. And neighboring New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name, imposed a similar rigorous lockdown last month, which is slated to run until at least the end of September and is currently being enforced by hundreds of police officers and soldiers in the streets of Sydney. Police have also been given powers to lock down entire apartment blocks and demand that residents show up for compliance checks. All right, so hey, you know, these articles are basically the prophecy speaking loud and clear, man. All right, we'll actually start with that. Let's go to the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2. We'll just get to the point. For the vision is yet from 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. All right, and going into these things, you know, a lot of people laughed at us, scoffed at us, telling us, "Oh, this ain't gonna happen like that." That's not what that's talking about. Going into the MOTB, that's the Christianity. All right, you're not seeing people saying, "Hey, where your picture of Jesus at before you can come into the store? Show us the proof of Jesus. Where's your receipt for paying tithes on Sunday to show you what the church on Sunday before you can come and shop in our store, man?" That's not what they're talking about. All right, and again, no matter if you want to ignore us, think this isn't important, you're still being affected by it. All right, whether you want to ignore this, so like the scripture say, what if some didn't believe, man? All right, when next time your ass go to the store, you see how they treat your ass, man. All right, and they're talking about apartment complexes and things like that. All right, having these so-called wellness checks or compliance checks. All right, they're gonna start casting you out of your houses, man, arresting you, man. You heard what they was talking about up in New York doing. Hey, if y'all don't want to comply, we'll start going door to door to pretty much coach you into doing these things, man. We'll pick you up and take you down there our damn self, man. All right. Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And one thing is, a lot of people used to always say that we sound like a broken record, always talking about this here, the MOTB and everything else like that. But now, it's speaking loud and clear. It's not lying. It's not tarrying. It's actually moving faster than what you may believe, man. All right, just like this time last year, they was just telling people they couldn't come to the store without a mask. And now this year, they got these little inoculations they put inside of people. And now you already hearing them talking about the quote-unquote digital passports and things like that to be able to, not to say validate, but will validate and check up on your status, man. All right, so we're swiftly moving into those times, all right? Revelation 13 and 16, all right? It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And this is exactly what you see him being rolled out, all right? Because of the fact of, you have, how they say out here in Australia, they want to have a segregation type thing, two different type of populations, the ones that participate and the ones that don't. All right, the ones that participate, you're going to be able to buy and sell, trade, and maneuver around through society. But those that don't participate, they're going to pretty much lock you out of this here society, man. All right, so, and they're all using this under the guise of what? Peace and safety. We want to make sure that everybody's safe walking around here and everything else like that. We have to do all these things, speaking as a lamb, but he's really a dragon, man. All right, but nevertheless, they're coming out with these lockdowns and these restrictions, all right, and forcibly forcing you to take these things, man. All right, and they say, oh, well, we're not forcing you to do it. You have a choice. But if you don't choose to do this, you're making a bad choice for yourself. You're not going to be able to eat. You're just bringing this harm on yourself. Why would you harm your kids and your family and by not being able to eat and being able to seek medical treatment if all you have to do is come down here and comply, man? All right, why would they be trying? We're not going to get into why they're trying to make these measures like that. But, hey, you see things are lining up clearly with the scriptures, man. All right, and the fact of the matter, they be taking our videos down for showing you this, man. Like, if we just lunatics and y'all don't believe in this, then like, what the hell? You know, why y'all over here blocking us with these things, man? If we was over here telling you goddamn Pokemon or something like that, like, you know what? If you don't do this, you're gonna turn into a Pokemon, right? They will leave our videos up. They'd be like, well, this nigga's stupid. Anybody believe this stupid shit, then that's on them, right? They'd be like, oh, we don't really care if you spreading this shit, but because we showing you in the scriptures and we showing you the news articles, and it can't be denied, really. All right, they have to try to stop this truth from going out because, you know, like, well, shit, we right here. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down to you having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time. All right, so, hey, you know, he's trying to fill his belly. All right, he's trying to get the rest of his New World Order finalized and set up and things like that. All right, so he has to move at this swift pace. He's seeing the prophecies also taking place as far as, you know, the elect waking up, the chariots coming around. All right, so, hey, you know, he's trying to fulfill his last little steps that he has while he's in power. All right. Real quick, I'm going to grab this and we'll close out. But this is what it's going to ultimately start leading to, you know, because, you know, people are going to people aren't really going to start liking how all these, you know, restrictions are barring them from certain things. They have their quote unquote civil rights and liberties and things like that. But all it's going to do is turn out to an all out chaotic purge for these people, man. You have some people in the medical field that are just walking up their jobs, protesting that. You have people walking out the police departments and protesting that because of, you know, they feel like their rights are being infringed on. Then what? They're going to just bring in the military, man. All right. Then, hey, you have stories about a lot of the military men trying to refuse those things after being made mandatory. I mean, they can bring in foreign troops and mercenaries, man. All right. They're not going to show you no kind of mercy, man. This is all the steps, all the ingredients to create an all-out battle royale, man. All right. Let's read about it. 2nd Ezra 15-14. Woe unto the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions stand in their power. So, hey, amidst all these lockdowns and things like this, man, all right, when people start getting hungry, man, they'll start devising plans to start, you know, bucking up against the government's orders, man. Oh, y'all want to lock us out the grocery store and everything like that? Y'all don't want us to get food? We'll just start ransacking the grocery store, man. Then they'll just start putting guards up in front of the grocery stores. And then guess what? All these Americans, a lot of them got guns and shit. So they'll be like, yo, I got to feed my kids. And if this is how y'all want to play, we'll see how it goes down. You got videos of these damn Edomites out there saying, look, you'll take a shot from me before I take a shot from you, out there holding their guns and shit like that, man. All right, so, hey, man, you know, you have a lot of these spirits that are being raised up for just straight up chaos, man. All right. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled and the houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. And this is what's going to wind up happening, you know, once people can't go inside the stores to be able to go and buy groceries and food, and just, they really feel like, hey, it's the end of the world for us, man. You know, we standing on, we don't want to participate in these here things, and they're just locking us out of everything. You know, they're trying to end our lives this way. Well, we might as well go ahead and go out in how they say, blaze of glory or whatever, you know. But nevertheless, you're just falling right into Esau's plans, man, because he wants a reason to justify him rolling on your ass anyway. All right, so, hey, man, you know, this is why you know, you're supposed to store up your treasures in heaven, so the Lord can fight and defend you. All right. Verse 19: a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, and shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right. Because look, once they can't go to the grocery stores, or the grocery store shelves are low. All right. And these people, hey, man, I ain't going to go get the shot. So, you know, they ain't going to let me in the grocery store and things like that. We'll have to figure out a whole different system to live on, man. All right. They're going to start spoiling these people's houses, man. Imagine that you in your house with your kids and they starving to death because y'all don't want to go and participate, but your neighbors, they over here kikiing and everything else like that. And you already don't even like them because they dog always digging up holes in your yard, or, you know, barking all damn night. They always doing some whatever. And then, hey, man, you just like, you know what? I got to feed my kids. I'm about to go knock Tom off anyway. I'm getting tired of his dog digging up my yard. This is what it's going to cause. You know, this is what it's going to go into, man. This is what's going to bring in, you know, all out, you know, like a purge system, man. All right. But nevertheless, you know, we understand these things all according to prophecy, and they're just, you know, coming in their time and in their order, man. All right. So, you know, ultimately, we'll close out with that. Revelation 3:10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the earth, all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right, in places like New York and what they talking about over here in Australia, hey, there's places where, you can't go inside these stores to go buy and sell and get your groceries, your medicines, and things like that, unless you participate in these things, man. All right, so what? Now, instead of depending on Esau, and these systems, now you have to have full-blown faith in the Lord, man. Hey, the Lord's going to provide, man. You know what? We're going to stand firm for the Lord in his name and his commandments. We're not going to participate in these things. And the Lord's not going to leave us out here high and dry. So we'll just depend on the Lord, man. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and close out with that. Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying unto the elect. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that taught us this truth and ever will. And salutation and much love for you. I can push this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say, stay strong. Shalom.